How's it going, everyone? Back with another stream today. We are playing some Black Green Rock. We're going back to our roots here. I've been trying out this Black Green shell on Arena for the past like a week ish. And I've been really enjoying this list compared to like our traditional quote unquote like Black Green Rock list that we've played in the past. Um, of course, we have the usual, Thoughtseize, Fatal Push, Mosswood Dreadknight, and then I personally really like Glissa. And of course, we have the other removal spells that pair with it, depending on the metas. We have like Go for the Throats, Heartless Act, Abrupt Decay. I can go into that removal suite in a little bit, but the main cards that we got from Duskmourn, which came out, I feel like a lifetime ago with how frequent these sets come out, but the most impactful card that got added to the BGX card pool is Unholy Annex. For those who don't know what Unholy Annex does, it's essentially like a Phyrexian arena, but you can get your card at the beginning of the next end step. So if they don't have an instant speed or removal spell, if you play it on turn 3, you can draw a card and lose 2 life right away. So you recoup your card advantage that same turn. And then if you control a demon, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life instead. And that's where this turns into a mini Shieldred that becomes really, really difficult to interact with because it's an enchantment. And then for 5 mana, you can make a 6/6 demon. So this card is kind of like a one card. I don't want to call it a combo because it doesn't like win, but it's a one card that like you get a lot of value out of it. Like 3 mana, you get to draw a card, and then it turns into a card where you can start draining your opponent for 2 life every turn. And then a 6/6 flyer is just absurd. And that's where you also add some other, complementary demons. So I personally really like Archfiend of the Dross. A lot of people are kind of scared because of Heartless Act. So they run like Bloodletter instead. Some people have run Blade of the Oni. Personally, I think I like just having the 4 mana 6/6 just because as like Black Green as a whole, we have a little bit of difficulty of like closing out the game. We don't have like Fable the Mirror Breaker to like complement these really, really powerful cards. So to kind of like mitigate that, I would like to just like end the game, slam as many 6s as I can, and then just try to win the game from there. Another card that is really, really powerful from the new set is Unstoppable Slasher. It's a 3 mana 2/3 with Death Touch. When it deals combat damage to a player, they lose half their life rounded up. And this goes into that theme of like, well, there's a little bit of a couple holes in the black green color combination. So having cards like Slasher that really pressure your opponent's life total is really, really good. And then from there, the Pioneer meta is pretty versatile and kind of cool. What I'm envisioning the Pioneer meta to be is a lot of Rakdos demons. I think that's the more popular version of this, Unholy Annex archetype. But there's Rakdos demons. I think Is It Phoenix is still around. Rakdos aggro. So this is where I want to point out a card that I found in the 5/0 dumps called Pawpatch Formation. This is a card that destroys a creature with flying, destroys target enchantment, and then worst case scenario, it's a cycle. You get to draw a card, which is really, really nice. It's a main deck card, but then you can just cycle it, and then you make a food token, which is very relevant in our colors, just because we don't have a Blood Tithe Harvester, we don't have a way to make a blood token and trigger revolt. So this is kind of like a way to do that without hemorrhaging any value. But again, with the meta position, there's like Is It Phoenix? There's Ledger Shredder. Is It Phoenix is pivoting more towards enchantments like profs and artist talents. I believe it's called the red talent enchantment. So being able to have a naturalized effect is nice. Another deck that I forgot to mention that's part of the meta, I think, is Enigmatic Incarnation. So having a card that can tag that card but not have to ramp them, i.e., like Assassin's Trophy. Like Assassin's Trophy was a card where we were kind of forced to run, just because it gave us a chance against the Enigmatic matchup. So again, being able to destroy enchantments is nice there, and then of course the Annex mirrors, right? So all the demons have flying, and then this is an enchantment, so being able to destroy the enchantment is nice. So I really like this card as a 2 of. As you can see, we still have the 1 decay, specifically for just like aggro, where Pawpatch Formation is kind of doesn't have too many targets. But even then, like against Rakdos aggro, this is another card that tags Slick Shot. This also tags Kumano. So like this card is like a lot less dead than you would think. And then from there, we have 2 Go for the Throats that are nice catch-alls. Heartless Act for opposing Archfiend of the Dross, and then 1 Abrupt Decay. Of course, don't want to forget to mention that with Unholy Annex, you want to make sure you have sufficient demons. So, of course, the Ritual Chamber makes demons, but then there's Archfiend of the Dross. But then we also have 3 Mutables in the mana base to try to get a cheap little demon into play, and then drain for 2 here. Sideboard wise, I feel like I'm a little sweeper heavy, so I'm not too confident in the mana, the sideboard right now. But this is just where I'm at. I'm really firm on the 3 Back to Natures just because of Enigmatic Incarnation. Until that deck really kind of disappears, I really think 3 Back to Natures is kind of necessary, and honestly a card that really swings the matchup in our favor, between discard spells and a lot of pressure with Slasher. Glissa is well positioned there, like I mentioned, because there's a lot of enchantments in play. So this main deck suite with Pawpatch Formation and then Back to Natures in the sideboard, I think really shores up that matchup. So I really like 3. Personally, I like to 2 cut down, just as a way to have more efficient removal spells against aggro decks, as well as like the Selesnya Company deck. From there, we have 4 sweepers. I have 2 Extinction Events and 2 Malicious Eclipses. Malicious Eclipse is a really cool card that I also saw from the 5/0 dumps, where it doesn't exile our own creatures. So we can sweep the board, and then Mosswood Dreadknight, we can still cast the Dread Whisper side of it, which is a really cool interaction there. Because other stuff like Cry of Carnarium, I think, is the other one that does the same thing, but exiles all the creatures. There's another card that kind of does the same thing. Essentially like a functional reprint, but again, this is a card that exiles only our opponent's creatures, so this is kind of a hedge, specifically for our deck. There's a Extinction Event, which is good against Selesnya Company as well as other aggro decks, as a Phoenix. Essentially mono green. I think with mono green is, until they ban Nykthos, I think still 2 Extinction Event is still serviceable. I like 1 Evoke Despair. I would run more if I could, if I had room in the board, just for the mirror control, just because they sack an enchantment and sack a creature. So if they sack a demon and an enchantment and you draw a card and they lose 2, like that's a pretty good, it does a lot for 5 mana. And then from there, I have 3 Enlicense Hearse just for graveyard hate, so like Phoenix, Greasefang, the Marty version is starting to come back, and then 2 Reckoner Bakebusters for control, and as well as a Midrange Mirror. So this is a really long deck tech intro. I just haven't played Black Rain Rock in so long, so I really wanted to dive deep into the building of the deck. So hopefully we can get some good results today, and we'll see how it goes, and we'll go from there. This hand doesn't do anything until turn 3. I'm inclined to mulligan this hand. We also have like 5 mana, which is a lot. 5 lands, which is a lot. This is the hand that we would like to keep. We have Thoughtseize, Interaction, Unstoppable Slasher. I think I'll bottom the Archfiend of the Dross here. They didn't reveal a companion, so like I don't know if this removal spell is dead or not, so we'll see how that goes. Field of the Ruin, Scrabbling. Oh, it's like a crimes deck. Interesting. Okay, well, hopefully our Unholy Annex can take over the game. They have no red mana. Okay. Guess I'll take a Fable, because like I need to be able to answer the other one. They're probably gonna cycle this if they don't draw the red mana here. If they draw a red mana, and they like FOMO, like that's fine. Like we still need to answer both fables, and that's man. Okay, that's unfortunate. I don't need to reveal that I'm green. So I'll play mutable. I wish I could. I read on this setting that like, this just comes up automatically. I wish I could turn that setting off, which I don't think I can. Right, dude. I haven't played Moto in like a month, or like, feels like a month. Oh, my stream decker is not updated. Sorry, Fat Kid Paladin. I apologize. I apologize. I literally had it up here. This is how rusty I am. I literally have it up here. I'm like, oh, I gotta do this, and then I just didn't do it. Sorry. You can do it now. Sorry. Did they draw another land? Oh my god, they did. Okay, well, I will destroy this one. Makes me seem a little foolish. They literally went runner on lands. Unfortunately. Go play Slasher. Call it a day. Fat Kid and Paladin. This is the deck. Well, I can't turn it off, but there's been a lot of backlash. But last I saw, there was a talk about updating the preview on Tuesday. Yeah, it's really annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Of course, they drew another Fable. This is where we're gonna just try to quote unquote aggro them out, in the sense that I will play Unholy Annex. I should have probably just attacked first. So they go to 7, down to 5. Okay, I really needed an untap land so that I can cast the other side of this. But then again, like if they're essentially in the abyss, we could play a second Unholy Annex and then we drain for 4 next turn. But then that being said, they have reflections next turn, so okay. So this is where the Unholy Annex drain looks pretty good. Chandra Dressico. Don't think I care about that. Mountain. What's their last card? They played a card already. Interesting. Cycle. Well, now they're, like I said, they're in the abyss. So I'll attack. They don't know about my second Unholy Annex, so they might just take this, actually. No, they can't. They go to 3, and then they go to 1, and they die. So they have to block this Reflections. Yeah, so I'll attack. They have to block here, yeah. Which is fine. I'll go like that. Play Unholy Annex. Make a creature. Drain for 4. So then now they're dead next turn. This is what I'm talking about. This card is fucked up, dude. This card is like, wow, this doesn't even preview correctly. I can't even like view it up here. Magnifying thing sucks. What happened to Moto, dude? What is happening here? Why is this what happens when I don't play Moto for like, I wanna, why isn't my sideboard on the right? Moto is all messed up, huh? Okay, well, it is what it is, I guess. This is what we have to work with. Arena is. Is this the point where Arena is starting to become the better client? Because that's kind of sad. Okay, so it looks like it's mono red. We saw Scrabbling Claws. Is there a crime? It was like mono red, right? We didn't see a black. Um, a black mana source, right? Because like usually they have like or like a green one. Because all we saw was like the Scrabbling Claws, reflect, Fable the Mirror Breaker, Chandra, Magda. What the fuck does Magda do? I just like saw them discard and didn't even look at it. Oh, that's kind of cool. I can click it though. I put the dragon into play. I don't really know how to sideboard here. Let's look at what would be bad. Like they have a lot of non-creatures like Fable, Scrabbling Claws, Chandra. So like I don't think Duress is bad. I could see maybe cutting the Pawpatch formations, but like they have Magda, which essentially tutors for a dragon, and this attacks Fable. Like I'm okay with like not sideboarding here, honestly. I don't think they're really aggro heavy. Like all of our removals okay. This is so weird. Like, am I just not going to sideboard? Like, I don't think Bankbuster is like. I think Bankbuster is just okay. This is so weird. I don't think Graveyard Hate. Invoke Despair, I don't think I need. Like, all of our cards are just good against them. Like, Abrupt Decay is fine. Heartless Act is fine. Go for those is fine. Rule discards all fine. I could see maybe just cutting the Duresses. Let's just submit again. Let's just run our 60 back. Because I talked myself into it. But then like if we see something where like if we see something from their side where they're like, oh, we kind of want to hedge against, maybe we can cut the Duresses if the Duresses seem like they don't do anything. But like in theory, like if they have like these big walkers that they board in for like the mid-range mirrors, like I feel like Duress is also just good there. So that little Magnify just came about like yesterday, and an emergency patch to stop MTs from crashing. Interesting. That's kind of it's causing the client to crash. That's awful, dude. Man, like MTGO and Arena just has a lot of issues, huh? From what it seems like. Oh, bottom of Mutavault. Because I remember like when I been playing Arena, like there'd be times where like I would like uncheck the sideboard. Oh, like I like drag the sideboard out. For those who don't play Arena, like Arena kind of the sideboard gets kind of condensed, and then you like expand it down so you can zoom into the sideboard, and that causes it so then you can't sideboard anymore. I was like, what the hell is happening? What the fuck? I don't care about that. I think I just go take Bankbuster, take Fable. Interesting. Opponent's deck is interesting, I will say. Demolition Field. I will Shachiju. You drew a land. I'll take that Fable. Play tapped over. Whoa, this is all weird too. This is like so weird. That's fine. You're gonna try to run money out of basics, opponent? Are you gonna try to run me out of basics? Well, that means I'll sandbag this Uniball as much as I can. Oh, they cleared my... Did they clear this? It was Krenko's big Crusher, 2 mountains. I think. I forget what the last card was. They have a torch. So I'll just do this. Unholy Annex is fine. Maybe I should have played the Pathway. Because they're going to play the Krenkos. Yep. Yes, I would like to search and get a swamp. I will play this Unholy Annex and make Mutable Altar Creature, drain for 2. Next turn I'll make a 6/6 demon. I don't know how they can trade. Oh, they have torch as their last card, so they can torch plus attack with this, which is fine. Pawpatch Formation. So I can take this out. They have the torch here, so I don't want them to torch my Mutavault. I think I'll just make a 6/6. And then if they have like torch plus another burn spell, they take it out. Next turn we can go Archfiend plus Mosswood. Mitch has some crazy crashes over the years. I remember one for a while that if you Genesis way for exact 20 would wait, what? MPJ was drunk, dude. Mountain. How's it going, Corey? Hope you're doing well, buddy. So they have Torch Unknown. If they attack, I was gonna say if they attack, I would have just taken it. I'll shock this in. I'll Pawpatch Formation, destroy target creature with flying. Oh, I should have played Archfiend first. That was a punt. I got too excited. I was like, this Pawpatch is gonna do something on stream. I should have played the Archfiend first and then killed it. You know, it becomes optimized and you see cards, and essentially this shell is just out there and everyone knows how to play against your deck. Which is like if I play black green, like you could probably suspect like Monster Dreadknight, you know, but it's like what else is, you know, really under the covers, and it's kind of a little bit more under the radar, right? And that's what I really like. Speaking over against probably Selesnya Company, Razorbird's Thicket. This only tags Collector Company, so I think I might just hold this. Especially because they didn't play a Mana Dork or anything. I might just sandbag this Dress to try to tag a Collected Company later. I was looking at Ultimate Guard Twitch channel. Oh, so you don't have the link? Dang. Is that the RC that's in? I think is it Lily or whatever is it called? Lily. If this was company, I should have played this, actually. I think I need double black potentially next turn, so I will just Dread Whispers. I don't want to play my Dreadknight and then it gets Skyclaved. And then if they play like an Archon here, I can just Pawpatch Formation, play Darkboard Pathway. Oh, okay, that's fine. Can't do anything about that. I could Pawpatch or go to the plus decay next turn. So I think I'll duress now, try to snag a Collector Company, which I did. This hand isn't really built to beat this deck right now, just because we need like Unholy Annex or Archfiend of the Dross, and we don't have either. Me knowing the opposite side of it, like the way we lose is from the Collector Company side, is like slamming an Archfiend of the Dross or Annex and just like pressuring that way. But from here, I think I'll let this go. Because, like, I don't want to play this Monster Dreadknight, and then this Elite Spellbinder actually doesn't trigger this Enduring Innocence. So... I will Pawpatch Formation this Enduring Innocence so I don't gain the 2 life. If they slam Elite Spellbinder, that's fine. I don't care. Because our hand is pretty redundant. If they, what's the word? Interrupter there, that kind of sucks, but this is where, like, they gain minimal value from, actually, like, it's still a 2-for-1. I still have to destroy this, but I think that's fine. They take abrupt decay. That's fine. So I could just decay this now. I take 3. I can throat this. Thoughtseize the Skyclave. I could also Skyclave, but, like, I want to decay now because if they draw Interrupter, that would be really bad for me. So I think I have to place to the worst side and just decay this. Just to play an Interrupter. How dare you have fun with Archetype? Isn't what you're Dude, I got so much crap for playing Ponza during COVID. You're like, this isn't Rock. And I'm like, I know, but Rock isn't that fun right now because everyone's playing Luris and it doesn't matter. That's why I have been in Europe or something. Yeah, I think that's where the tournament is. I don't remember. I have to look. Ooh, Glissa's a good one. So Thoughtseize. Take the Collected Company. Play Mosswood Dreadknight. Because I want them to Skyclave it. So we went through 2 companies now, so... The other thing too is, like, if they Skyclave a 3/3, like, it's just actually pretty bad for them. Like, a 3/3 is actually pretty good against this Selesnya Coco deck. One, two, 3, 4. So we have enough mana to attack with Needed Ball, play Glissa, and hold up Fatal Push. So we will do that. Attack. Skyclave me, bro. Skyclave me. Skyclave me. Playground Fatal Bush. Nice. Good move. Good move. Good move. Opponent's pretty good. Yep. Land. I will push this. Get a 3/3. I will talk Enigma at end of turn. Also, like, prevent them from getting a chip damage in here. We just need a dodge, collect a company. This might be an interrupter. Dreadknight. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We can't attack with Meat Vault and 2, 1, 2. Talk with everything. The Interrupter, I want to be able to have lethal up next turn anyway. So could be another Agonjo. Block here's okay. That's fine. Because the spell that I wanted to resolve was a Glissa. So now they need Skyclave Apparition. But then they still need to block. Cool. I guess this is what happens when you like play the other side so much. Because I jammed the Selesnya Coco deck to like Mythic. So like the ins and outs of that is like I'm like very aware of like what their lines are. Which I guess, you know, playing outside of your typical archetype, I guess is a good thing, I guess. Like sandbagging the duress to take a Coco was very, very clutch, right? If they didn't have the Coco in hand in the opening hand and they drew those Cocos in the first 2 or 3 turns, like that's game losing, right? Because that means they have a company they had access to. So being able to duress and Thoughtseize a Coco is so brutal for their side, just because, you know, like that's their catch up card. Like that's like against collector company decks, my rule of thumb is like if the Coco side casts 0 collector companies in the game, the mid-range deck is favored, the black green deck. If it's 1 Coco, then the scale swing, and I would argue that the Coco is the deck is slightly favored, and then if they cast 2 or more Cocos, and it's just like extremely favored on this like the Selesnya Coco side. I think that's just been how it's been since Modern's inception, and like even now. Like I feel like 1 Coco just swings the scales the other direction, and then 2 Cocos is just like almost game over. Like obviously there's the odds of like them just whiffing, which is, you know, absurd, but like that's where you know, it's all about odds, right? And it's just obviously more than likely they're gonna hit some bangers, and you just can't recover from like the 2-for-1. They're gonna put 2-3 drops into play and an extreme rate, and they're gonna ramp into it, right? So from the Selesnya Coco side, getting your turn 1 mana dork pushed is so brutal because it slows you down so much. That's why I have 2 cutdowns in the sideboard. I'm really hedging against Selesnya Coco just because I know how to beat it. So I'm bringing the 2 cutdowns. I'm bringing in 2 Malicious Eclipses just because this also exiles the Enduring Instances, as well as Extinction Event, naming odd tags like most of the deck. From there, I believe I cut the Pawpatches, and then I think I trim a Heartless and a Glissa, maybe. I'm trying to remember how I did it. I do it on Arena. I think I like go down 1 Glissa and then like 1 Heartless Act. Because we have a lot of like catch up spells. So like it's okay to like trim a removal and like trim a threat, and then like we're kind of leaning on like Archfiend and Unholy Annex. So I don't know how I feel about this hand. My inclination is to mulligan this hand just because this hand really leans on Extinction Event to win the game, and like any like if they have Thalia, if they have Spellbinder, if they have Peacekeeper, if they have even Interrupter, like there's like 30 cards that they have that just interact with this Extinction Event that like just it's just so bad against us. So I think you're gonna mulligan and try to get like a turn 1 removal spell. We have a 3 of a kind. So we're gonna go to 5. Okay, well, I'll bomb the cards that I can't cast, and then hopefully this Unholy Annex can catch us up. Like this is the card that we haven't seen any of those opening hands. Like Unholy Annex is such a fucked up magic card that like the drain for 2 is just so hard for them to deal with. So we just need to draw another land in the first couple draws, and we are live in this game. Blooming Marsh would be the best draw because hopefully we can Thoughtseize and then hold up Cut Down. Archon would be pretty brutal for us. I don't think I could slam Unholy Annex the following turn anyway. So I think I cast Thoughtseize here. Try attacking Enduring Innocence, Peacekeeper. Okay, so the hand is kind of bad. Another land would be great off the top, because that way we can okay, that's good. That's fine. Because I can end step, cut down whatever. And then activate Immutable and just drain for 2. This also baits an Interrupter, worst case scenario. Fatal Push is great. I'm gonna interrupt this. This is a really bad interrupter target, just FYI. Because then we just play the Ritual Chamber side for 2. Now they have Thalia. Thalia unknown. The tapping Elvish Mystic. Gideon, ally of Zendikar. Okay, that's scary. So we need a untap land. Please go for the third. Oh man. We really need an untap land there because we can make a 6/6 and then just like stonewalls them. You can also just pressure the Gideon too. At this rate, I think I just need to make this Mutavault into a 2/2. And then just pass. Get the 2 life. That's not good. They can just make bodies. We can extinction it for even eventually. Take 7. I will throat. Thalia. Untap land would be great here. Damn it. Just not drawing our 5th land, drawing like a billion cards a turn. It is not taxed because it's a special ability, quote unquote, is what they call it. So we'll push this. It's also why, like, if you have one room, you can't, what's the word? Anointed Peacekeeper the other side. So make a 6/6 demon, and if they have Werefox Bodyguard, I die. If I Werefox Bodyguard, I just die anyway. Or because if I make a slasher, I go up to 7. I guess I don't die. I feel like I need to threaten this Gideon, right? Yeah, I think I just need to not worry about Werefox Bodyguard. This 5th land came way too late. No Werefox Bodyguard one time. No Werefox Bodyguard one time, please. How's it going, Venus? They might have a Gonjo. This is also just like a free 1 damage, so. Thalia, okay, that's fine. Archfiend of the Dross. If I go Slasher. If I go Unholy Annex, I go up to 8. If I go Unholy Annex, I go up to 8. They draw Werefox Bodyguard. 5, 6, 7, 8. I die. If I cast Archfiend of the Dross, they cast Werefox Bodyguard. I live. Because I just block the Gideon. I take 3. So I play the Archfiend here. And just let this Unholy Annex drain happen. Okay. They just die? They just die? They Werefox Bodyguard, take 6. I can slam an Unholy Annex. Play around Interrupter by just not casting anything. Because if they have to cast an Interrupter before blocks anyway, so. There's a Werefox. Oh yeah, see that's what I'm talking about. They have to play this, so that's why I don't cast anything pre-combat. They block. They take 2, and this is just lethal anyway. They just die. The heel turn, or I guess the face turn. I guess it depends on your perspective. If you want me to play Black Ring Rock, this is the face turn. I've become the good guy again. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, this Unholy Annex just ignored Gideon. Like, think about like every other Black Green deck that we've played in the past. And if our opponent just slams a Gideon, like, we're kind of fucked, right? like especially if they like made bodies, they attack for 6. This Unholy Annex like nullifies an attack by a 2/2, drain for 2, make a 6/6. 6/6 just blocks the Gideon like easily, and then we just like crack back. Crazy. Gigantha. We're on the play. Right? Roll the 5, yeah. I'm like, am I going crazy? I'm going crazy. I will overrode 2. Aussies. What am I more likely to lose against? A Deadly Dispute or a Fable of the Mirrorbreaker? The Deadly Dispute, they just like draw. They have a lot of land, so like the Fable already filters. So this is a matchup where I feel like I'm actually kind of blind against. They drew the Swamp. Because I wish I had Culling Ritual in the deck, and I don't. So that's kind of not great on our end. So they can Deadly Dispute here. Just gotta hope they don't draw Thoughtseize. I'll attack. Okay, all our lands come to untap now, so I can go Unholy Annex and then try to get a demon into play. This has trample, so if you want on Deadly Dispute, you still take 3. Nice. I will take 3. Sorry, I'll take 2. Slasher is decent as long as we dodge Claim the Firstborn. They have 3 Overgrown Tomb. Another Cauldron Familiar. Okay. Play the land that we did not know about. They don't want to play their Overgrown Tombs, huh? Interesting. Mutavault. They have a push. It's fine. It's fine. Archfiend is a clutch draw though, because A, it's a demon. B, it stops them from blocking this profitably. They take 2. Giganthan hand. Wow. Their hand that weak. I guess so. Play Archfiend. Attack. Chump the Slasher, I assume. They take 2. Take another 2 and drain. Another Archfiend. How's it going, Arsenal? Dude, this card is fucked up. Fucked up, I tell you. um, Definitely the Bank Busters. Am I using either of the Overload cards? No, because like I don't think we need the ramp from the green one, and then the black one we're not really self-milling, so it doesn't really go with the demons theme. Is the black Overload a demon? Is a horror. Yeah, it's an avatar horror, so it doesn't really go with the demons theme, and like we don't really have any ways to capitalize on the fact that it's a 5/5, right? Yeah, or a 5 mana CMC like up the beanstalk or anything like that. So it just doesn't seem worth it. I guess you can hard cast it as a 5/5 and then just like value that way. I could see that too. Yeah, they do the same thing for sure. They're just more copies of that same effect, right? I guess we'll burn in the 2 hearses. Or out the Pawpatch formations, I guess. I think I bore out Glissas. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the third hearse. I guess I do. Let's just start 2 hearse for now. But yeah, like Big Buster and Dreadknight do the same thing for sure, and that's kind of what you want in these type of like mid-range mirrors. You want something that's a little bit more low to the ground, like control and stuff too. So. But Pawpatch Formation is very well positioned, in my opinion. That's the card I did not want to see. Yeah, I just like when you think about it, like it. Every deck has something you can target. Like Rakdos aggro attacks Slick Shot and Kumano. Um, of course, the mid range mirror attacks Annex. Phoenix, it's going more enchantment heavy with like artist talent. Um, of course, they have both. Man, this is quite the opening hand. This is where I really wish we had Culling Ritual. So like just that, and I feel like that also gives us a hedge over like the red black versions because uh I guess against decks like Enigmatic Incarnation and stuff, like they just don't have any enchantment removal or like not anything efficient. And I feel like something like Pawpatch Formation is something that you can play in the main deck and not have it be too embarrassing to play in the main. Because it still tags a lot of other things. It's not, it's just like a strict plummet or a strict naturalize. It just the way the meta is also just turning like it's headed. It's just nice to have those type of effects. So okay, digging for a red source, I guess. Got the red source. Blood Tithe Harvester. All Thoughtseize here. I gotta say this Harlot Sack for an Igra. This is where I really wish I had Killing Ritual on the sideboard. Yeah, the Scavenger's Talent is a very... I feel like they designed that card specifically for the food deck. Yep. I think I have to push this Harvester. It's a lot of pressure. Thoughtseize. And just push Igra. Okay. Okay. So the last card is Igra. Oh, man. So we could chump the Igra with the Hive. Okay. Do we need an Archfiend or a... Oh, that came a turn too late, didn't it? Oh man. Yeah, that's true. So they can just sack the cat and then they get a. The Heartless doesn't do anything. Maybe that's the reason to board out the Heartless. But it's just nice to have more outs to Mayhem Devil, right? I have to chump here. And then the Slasher should be able to um deter the attacks. You're not using that really good Doomblade. Which one's that one? There's a good Doomblade from Bloomborough? I have not paid attention. I could attack them down. They go to 13 down to 7 or 6. They go down to 6. I think I'll have to wait. This fountain part has been putting in a lot of work too. Oh, it's sorcery speed. Yeah, that's a card that I looked at, and the sorcery speed just really makes that tough to play. Unfortunately. Oh, it's an artifact. Oh my god. Go for the throw. It's really bad in this matchup. I didn't realize it turns everything into artifacts. Damn. Okay. Just not meant to be. There's also like Shoot the Sheriff, I think, is also a card that I've seen. I think in Modern, though. I need to definitely add Culling Ritual into the sideboard, though. That is for sure. Okay, we're good. So this doesn't do anything when Eager's in play. Like, these 4 cards are actually just not great against Eager in general. So I guess now reflecting back on it, maybe I should just Thought Seize the Eager and let them have the Deadly Dispute. Good to know now. Good to learn and know. Yeah, non-outlaw, non-pirate. I really have to go through and see what that card does not kill. How do I crew and kill the Ego, Corey? Would you mind elaborating on that? I don't understand. Just keep it. Oh, but I'm dead anyway though, right? Does Eager turn other cards? Either I'm dead because they have the Mayhem Devil. Like the Mayhem Devil is just I just can't win from there. Other creatures, you're right. Okay, cool. Thank you. We're in that same spot. I kind of want to take this Deadly Dispute. I know like they'll have Igra, but like I think that's the card that really because they just go Harvester into that, and it's just like kind of brutal. We need a threat. Okay, as long as I know other creatures, this Heartless Axe should be able to tag the Igra. That's good. Okay. That's a good draw. It's a good draw. Shocked. Interesting. I guess I should have done it on my turn if I was going to do that anyway. Oh, we're going to Igra 4 unknown. That's fine. We just gotta hope that they don't have Fatal Push. Do I attack with Hearse here? I think I do. Our hope is they just slam Eager here. That is our hope. Okay. Monster Generator would be the best draw. Oh, okay. I could just make a demon. They go to 9. Yeah, I think I just have to not be scared of a claim, I think. Also, like, just play around Fatal Push more, because it's just more bodies. If I can't really kill Igor because I have to sacrifice my Archfiend, and I don't want to do that. And I don't think it's worth crewing my hearse to sack it to kill Egra. That's the problem. Archfiend is a demon. Yeah, but I don't want to lose my hearse though, right? Like, I really just like throw stuff at the board and kind of hope that they can't answer it. Because like if they attack the Zebra, I just take it. Like I don't care. I have 2 flyers. Oh, is this a claim? Oh, they're sacking a blood, sure. That's good for us. That is good for us. That is fine. This exiles a non-creature, non-artifact, non-creature enchantment. No blocks. So they can sack Haywire Might and have a push for my Archfiend. They take 7 already. They need double push here. Let's go. Like, what I learned from just, like, playing this deck, like, I think if I first piloted this deck, I probably would have taken that line that you went, Corey, where I'm, like, really conservative. I would have, like, maybe, like, I was like, I need to answer this Egra, right? I need to kill this Egra. And I probably would have, like, you know, sacked my hearse to it. But, like, playing this deck more and kind of learning the lines of this specific version of Black Green Rock, like, you need to just think on the aggressive side because you have an Archfiend, so like you do have like a shelf life of how long you have until you just lose to your own Archfiend. So like I've just learned that you just have to just make your opponent have it, right? Like throw stuff on the board, and like if they don't have an exact answer or exact sequence of cards, you just win the game. Whether it's just like slamming 2/6s into play, or whether it's via Unholy Annex strains, like this deck is just so like it applies so much pressure in so many ways that it's just better to lean into that and lean to that strength of the deck versus like, oh, I'm gonna take this line that like makes us not lose the game, but then it's like, but you can also take the line that just wins the game. And of course you have to weigh those, right? Like if it's a really not safe line to just try to be that aggressive, and that makes sense to go for the conservative line. But like in a spot like this where it's like, I don't think they can just one shot us with a single Egra. And if they do, then they have all the removal anyway. Then that makes sense, right? But I think the odds of them just needing exactly like, even if they have a claim the firstborn for the demon and then attack, they still need 6 points more damage, right? So like, could they in theory like have a Haywire Might and then sack it, and then another hair, and then like a Cauldron Familiar and then sack it? Like maybe, but then like they also just like the Archfiend also pressures them too, like the passive ability. So annex in it. So it definitely took a little bit of time for me to like learn how to navigate these type of complicated board states. Okay, this looks like Quint combo. So I will keep this hand because it has a ton of pressure. Duress Slasher. It doesn't technically win late, but okay. Duress did nothing. This push does nothing. To be honest, our board is pretty light against this deck. We just gotta hope that they don't have any ramp and don't draw Quint. Or Leyland Binding. This card they drew. No whites mana here, so this Leyland Binding here. They could cycle Triome, I guess. That's probably what they're gonna do. Archfiend. It's a good draw. So I'm going to slam Archfiend here. This is lethal next turn. Okay, so we need to dodge a Quint here. No Quint, one time. They have a Trumpeting Connoisseur here, so I just double activate Mutavault and attack. They kill the Slasher. Evil Passage. Double Mutavault. Potentially very clutch. Thoughtseize Duress would be the best draw here. Go for the throat. Okay, so go for the throat means that we can do another whole hand. So they have a Carnosaur here. Carnosaur here. If they had Leyline Binding, we're kind of like screwed anyway. So they 2, 4, 6, 3, 1. So I think I double activate Mutavault on attack. Because their only answer is technically this Carnosaur. They answer 1 and they take 10. If they had Leyline Binding as well, then they Carnosaur this, binding this, and they go down to 5, and then they have to top deck something. So I think it's worth it to just go for lethal here. Like I mentioned, you just make them have it. If they have, let's like this literally wins the game this turn. What are the odds of them having Leyland Binding exactly? So they corners are here. So they Carnosaur. Oh, they cycle. Okay. Cool. Make them have it. Make them have it. You reckon they'll ban Beanstalk, by the way? Feels like over is a broke domain in Pioneer. I don't know. If you look at the RC, did I post in the Discord? I think I did. If you look at the RC results, Enigmatic was not very there. Let's see here. Enigmatic was there's 3 players I day 2'd, and then it was a 49% win rate. So um, I don't think it's that much of a problem. I would like them to do it. I guess there's a difference between like, do I want them to ban Beanstalk, and do I think they would and should? And those are two different, um, two different answers. So Leyline Binding means I want to board in the back to natures, maybe the Bank Busters, the Invoke Despair. The bad card, because we have more bad cards than good cards. So like the Fatal Pushes are bad, the Decays are bad. Slasher also was just going from 20 to 9 life is just insane. One more cut. I could see just cutting a Bank Buster. This is a lot of anti-Leyline Binding hate. I'm pretty naked to this deck post-board as well. Do I even want this Evoke Despair? I don't think so. Just doesn't do anything. It's 5 mana, it's potentially drain 6? Maybe? Maybe I like it over the 3rd back to nature. Victory for the good guys. I think the deck does the Incarnation, to be honest. They can ramp with Overlord. They just need a Traxa. Potentially, yeah. But I think Incarnation really just opens a door for be able to tutor. But I've seen like the Zur list, so it was just like all the what you call it, the Overlords, and then you have the Zur just to like turn them on into threats. I've seen that version. That version's pretty good too. So back to nature means I can leave Leyline Binding. I'll take the Carnosaur for sure. The rest can tag the Quint. And then I'll duress first. They drew another Trumpeting Carnosaur. Nice. Hopefully that means they just never draw another one of these ever again. Oh, crap. So they have Stomping Ground, Beanstalk, Giant Island. I just cleared it. Island. So Stomping Ground. And then I'm assuming they're going to Beanstalk Giant here. Yep. So they have Stomping Ground in hand. So if they draw Quint here, that's game over. But that's how it usually is. Like Glissa. Kruga? Okay. So I put Karuga in hand. Karuga is a 5/4, right? So this Dreadknight doesn't really do anything. I could, in theory, Unholy Annex and then Dread Whispers, or Unholy Annex, or Dread Whispers plus Clash Dreadknight. I think I'd rather just play the Unholy Annex. Karuga doesn't have filing, right? Stopping ground. So they have Karuga, 2 unknown. Oh, they just have the Carnosaur here, huh? They shock in this Carnosaur. That's annoying. Cat Thoughtseize is the top of the deck. Noob Fragger. Where is the Death Cloud? Nowhere to be found. Frustrating. Haven't played Magic in a long time. When was the last time you played Magic, Noob Fragger? Death Cloud is quite a long time ago when it was in Modern. Those days of Modern are long, long gone. Alright, let's try to win this game post-board. Okay, this hand has a lot of reactive elements. We need to be proactive here. This is fine, I guess. Opponent did not mulligan. I think I have to curve Dreadknight into Unholy Annex. Never played Pioneer. Oh, I guess that predates Pioneer for sure. That makes sense. Hopefully they have Carnosaur as their win con and not Quint. We should only play Commander. Oh, nice. What format do they play, though? Do they play Pioneer or do they play Modern? I know Modern's probably a more popular format now, but... I personally like Pioneer more than Modern just because of how the formats are. Modern is just, if you haven't played since 2017, 2021, you probably won't like Modern now. Unfortunately. So here, assuming I don't draw a discard spell, I'm just going to play the Slasher because if they have exactly Quint, I can't beat Quint here. So, and then they can't cast Carnosaur next turn anyway. So, I could play Archfiend. I'm doing math, sorry. If I attack with Archfiend plus Mosswood, that's 9. If I attack with Slasher plus Mosswood, that is 5, go to 7, and then down to 3. So it's the same. Dreadknight and Slash is the same. But Archfiend does not die to a Carnosaur. So as long as they don't have Quint and they have Carnosaur, that is the hope. Send cards for a while. If you have cards from 2017 to 2021, they unfortunately might not be as worth. They probably lost a lot of value because they probably don't see play anymore. Oh. Okay. If they play a land here, I will hold a Parlous Act, which they do. So I have to just maybe attack with Slasher. Or attack with Dreadknight. They go to 5 down to 3. So we just gotta hope that they have Carnosaur here. One point short. Okay. H-Bong, great to see you live. Appreciate it. Everything's okay. Work's just been really busy, which is why I haven't really been able to play much Pioneer or stream Magic in general. Please slam a Carnosaur. Please slam a Carnosaur. Okay. Please don't hit a Quint. Please don't hit a Quint. As long as they don't hit a Quint. They need to hit a clone. Okay. Let's go. 4-0, baby. Let's go. I think I'll mulligan this hand. 5 land Thoughtseize Archfiend is not great. This hand's a lot better. We have a lot of interaction. We'll just bottom one of these Pawpatches, and then hopefully this Annex can take over. I'll Thoughtseize here. We're against Greasefang. Okay. How's it going, book guy? Hope you're doing ready. How about a land off the top? We need an Annex here. I will cycle this Pawpatch Formation at the end of turn. Try to hit a third land to hit the Annex. So this is Greasefang, which is black white, and then there's splashing white for something. I'm curious what it is. Sorry, did I say white? They're splashing blue for something. Okay, third land, please. Please, please, please. Thank you very much. Hopefully we draw another untapped land within the next 2 draws. That's not bad considering we can tag that with a Greasefang, but... Ah. Well, I'll be decaying that. Really need to hit our land drops, please. Oh my god. This is how we're gonna go, huh? This is how we're gonna go. Or this is how we're gonna go. Okay. Been to Greasefang. Okay. Okay. No vehicle yet for Greasefang. For Fiend. So we need a removal spell for that. He's got his commander out now. That's hilarious. Okay. That's weird. I just blocked this bigger dude. Not missing anything, right? So now I just win. Because now I just play second Archfiend. Second Archfiend attack. They take... I guess if I go Archfiend attack, push Rafine's Informant. If they chump here, they go take 4, another 4, and Unholy Annex wins. Yeah. So I'll play Archfiend number 2. Attack. And they just lose regardless. They chump here, they take 4. Do the double drain. I push the Rafine's Informant, double drain, and then Annex deals the last 2. Okay. To 6. Push this. Trigger, trigger. Trigger. Trigger, 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 trigger. Trigger, trigger, triggers. All of the triggers. Okay. It's Unholy Annex Greasefang. So, deal with the hearses. Stitcher Supplier, Rafine's Informant, Rafine itself. Three mana, 1/4, Flying Ward. Whenever you attack, target creature connives X. Did we see anything we wanted to dress? I guess we saw Unholy Annex. So like I think Pawpatch Formation is definitely good post board. Or is they crack for push, their blocker, attack for 6. 6, 8. That's only 10 though, right? Weren't they at 12? Corey? Like I think they were at 12. 2 from killing the creature, 6 from the archery attack, and then 2 from the drain is only 10. I thought they were at 12, right? I might be wrong. I feel like the pushes are kind of weak post board. Yeah, maybe like I want some extinction event for the Rafine. Like, I don't know if I want push, because it really only tags Rafine, and I don't really consistently revolt for Greasefang. So if I go like this, and maybe just burn like one event, maybe that's okay. Because I'm not in the market to like push a Stitcher Supplier. I may want to push a Rafine's Informant, but I feel like if that's where we are, I'd rather just not. Five lands is a lot, but we have a turn 2 hearse. Pull them well into 4. The go for the throw is a good draw. Fiend's Informant. Blade of the Oni. Okay. Funnily enough, that our one removal spell, Go for the Throat, does not tag the Blade of the Oni. They have Unholy Annex. That's how they get out of this. That's pretty brutal. This is you know, for a moment of 4, this is pretty good. We need a Pawpatch Formation or a, like, our removal spells aren't lining up here. Okay. I think I'll Slasher here. Kind of want to end the game. The next turn, I could just Pawpatch the Unholy Annex. I need to kind of pressure them. Interesting. God damn it. Actually, I actually need to do this now because I don't want them to make a demon. It's quite the game, considering they went turn 2 Blade, turn 3 Annex, and recouped a couple cards. And we have 3 lands in hand. Okay. Oh my gosh. What a mull to 4, dude. What a mulligan to 4. Eight, 4. Attack with Stalker. They block. I can play Dreadknight. So let's attack first. So Demon to not hit anything. Oh. Okay. They can't attack. They can't attack. Oh, this game is so close. This hearse is coming clutch. Of course. Are they going to make a mistake here? Oh, what? So any creature, I win the game. I have so many outs to win from this spot here. So many spots. So many live draws. Please, deck. Please give me something good. Please. Please. Oh my god. I don't win. I'm at 1. Oh man. Yeah, I can kill myself with Mosswood. God damn it. I had so many outs. Any creature, Unholy Annex, removal spell. Honestly, even Pawpatch Formation, I just... Oh, damn it. What a game. Maybe they don't block. Oh, God damn it. God damn it. And damn it. Golly. One of the 3 removal spells, I guess. Thoughtseize. That's so that was so deflating. We need a land too. Please. Land, please. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're going to lose this game. What a crazy match. What are we going to lose for the trophy, though? They're stuck on 2 as well. Okay. I think I have to decay the Rafine. I'll pay for it just in case. Thoughtseize. I'll play Slasher. They vanish. If I'm vanishing versus my Slasher, I will crew the her so they can't attack. Oh, we need to hit land drops, please. Ah, oh, we need lands, please. Cleared again. I keep doing that. So their hand is Greasefang and Recommission. This game is stressing me out, man. Stressing me out. Um, God, I need lands here. I can't double spell. I think I just passed. Because I can't take two of these hits. So I think I got the Heartless sack one of these. They have push, they have push. Go to 5. Man, we need another Greasefang. Okay, sure. It's close. Oh man, that's good. So I could make a demon here. We need them to. We need them to. We need to dodge a land from them. On tap land specifically, so then they can't make their own demon. Okay. Just such a wild game. That's a crazy game, dude. Such a crazy game. 14. They go to 8 from my demon attack. Oh. Interesting line. So if I Dreadknight here, crew an attack, it forces them to chomp. I think I'll leave this hearse untapped. Yeah, so I'll attack with a demon. Only. Because if they have a removal spell, they would have pushed it there. Play the Dreadknight. Unlock. Okay. They make a demon. Okay. They go to 4. Oh, is Rafine a demon? I didn't know that. Okay. If they have Fatal Push, they can just Fatal Push our demon. Yeah, I'm just trying to see how we lose, and the way we lose is if they draw Fatal Push. So Dark Creature flying. Pay the 1. Trigger. Oh my god. I need a moment. I need a moment. Oh. Again, this deck has felt great on Arena. I think multiple times throughout the league, this Unholy Annex has just been so good. Like, you know, you would think like playing a black based mid range deck, you'd miss something like Shieldred, but like this card replaces Shieldred. It turns it into a 6/6 that has flying too. So this card is insane. I felt like there was just games where just like I just slammed 1 or 2 and slammed an Archfiend and just like applied so much pressure. So like this has just been like, I would argue like the foundation of these black base mid range decks. Archfiend has proven time and time again this league how powerful it is, just how much pressure it applies. There's times where I just played two Archfiends, kill the creature, opponent drain takes 4, kill another creature, they have the block with it, takes 4, and then Unholy Annex drained, right? Like, it just applies so much pressure, along with Unstoppable Slasher, right? Against Quint combo, I slammed it on turn 3, they went down to 8 life on turn 4, and then, like, we got to, like, kill them the following turn, I think on turn 5. So, this is where like the black cards that we got from Duskmourn, along with the current tools that we had access to with Archfiend, showcases how powerful this shell is. Um, and then a card that I just really want to point out is this Pawpatch Formation. Pawpatch Formation again has just been very, very well positioned. We killed a Rafine that league. I think we killed an Unholy Annex that league. We cycled and drew a card to try to get a third land. Like, this Pawpatch Formation does so much. It's just, it has felt so good on Arena, and I'm really glad for this stream and this video that we got to show how powerful and how versatile this card is. Because like when it first got spoiled, you're like, oh, it's just another plummet effect, right? That has a little bit of versatility. Like, it might not be that great, but like really, it just does a lot, especially in the current meta. Like I mentioned, there's a lot of flyers with Phoenix, the demons. There's a lot of enchantments with Enigmatic, Unholy Annex, Kamano, Slick Shot. And then just like worst case scenario, draw a card, make a food token, and then trigger Revolt has been very, very clutch. So I think this is actually really the card that kind of puts everything together, and a card that really pushes us to green. Because like the main like question is like, what is the purpose of green, right? Like Rakdos is so much better. That's Fable. Mono Black has a cleaner mana base with Field of Ruins. Like, why would you play green? And I really think that Pawpatch Formation is a really good reason, because against a deck like Enigmatic Incarnation, it's really, really unfavored. But I would argue that after these post-port configurations with 3 back to natures especially, we're at least somewhat even, right? Or at least barely slightly favored, if anything. And on top of that, like Monster Dreadknight's really good in these Unholy Annex Unstoppable Slasher mirrors, because of course it grinds that deck out, right? Like we Dread Whispers and then we get a body. And then when you play the body out, if they have a slasher, like we're not chumping and losing and hemorrhaging value here. Like we can chump with the Dreadknight and then draw with Dread Whispers and then recast the Dreadknight. And that's like the true power of, the Dreadknight card. Because like puts, like, if they end up attacking with the slasher, we just trade, quote unquote, they get the stun cannons, we actually get to draw a card, so we actually get card advantage from that exchange. We didn't really get to show off that interaction this league, but that's what I've just been experiencing on Arena. Like, Unstoppable Slashers are a really, really scary card, and of course you can have your own Unstoppable Slashers, but like having Monster Dreadknight as just like copies 4 through 8 that we can throw onto the board and not worry about hemorrhaging value has been really, really nice. Of course, the 3 Mutabots have been great with Unholy Annexes. And then the sideboard, it was just the 3 hearses, I think. I really think we need 3 hearse for the Greasefang. I think Greasefang is starting to really come back. We played against the Esper version, which is really cool, but regardless, like, drawing that hearse game 3 really kept us in the game because it turned off the recommissions, right? I don't think I drew a cut down against Selesnya Company, which I still really like. I don't think I drew anything else. But again, I think the sideboard is something where it's kind of up in the air in my opinion. I kind of want another spot for another Invoke Despair. We did beat Jund Sacrifice luckily earlier, but I can see maybe boarding in having 1 Culling Ritual in the sideboard. There's just not a lot of room, because like I really do think we need the 2 cut downs for Aggro and Selesnya Company. I want the 4 sweepers with Malicious Eclipse and Extinction Event. I mentioned we need 3 Back to Natures and then the 2 Bank Busters for the mirror, right? So like, I just don't know where I can make room for the Culling Rituals. That's really, really hard. I can argue like maybe you want to cut the Malicious Eclipses. And maybe that's the case if I really want to hedge. Like, if I want to hedge against Selesnya Company, I'll probably borrow in the Malicious Eclipses. And then if I want to hedge against Jund Sacrifice, I'll probably have Culling Rituals in those 2 spots. The other argument is you can maybe cut the Extinction Events for the 2 Culling Rituals. That actually might be okay, because like I don't know if I exactly board an extinction event against Phoenix just because they're all enchantment based. So maybe that's the call. Maybe the call is to like, because like you would board in, you know, the 2 eclipses, the 2 cut downs against Sunslayer Company, and you probably just cut the 2 duresses and the 2 Pawpatch formations. Because like when I had earlier when I was playing against Sunslayer Company, I had 2 events, 2 eclipses, and 2 cut downs, so that's 6 total cards. So like once I board out the 2 duresses and 2 Pawpatch formations, I think board out like a Heartless Act maybe, and then like a Glissa, and I think it's totally subversible to keep it the Heartless Act and the Glissa post board, and then just have those cards. So maybe that is correct. Maybe it's correct just to have 2 culling rituals over the extinction events, and maybe I'll try that on arena moving forward, just because like extinction events really for like mono green, which is gone, and I guess it gets as a Phoenix, but we have like the hearses, and if we have, I don't know, I feel like I guess you can, in theory, board the cut downs too against Arclight Phoenix. It doesn't tag Crackling Drake, but I don't know. Something to think about as the meta kind of shakes up and moving forward. But again, I really appreciate you tuning and hanging out. If you want to support the channel, please hit that follow button on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Blue Sky. I just made a Blue Sky account. And I hope to catch everyone next time. Take care. Bye.